Thank you very much for this magical moment. I apologize for teaching Sam everything he knew. I take full responsibility for that, as we can tell, as we are both doing a gig to a half-empty room. Living the dream, Mom. Sorry about that. No, it is good to be here, though. Fuck, what should I tell you about? I'm from Sydney originally, but I don't like it. I don't like this town. Can I just say that? It's not good, but it's an evil town. It's not. Okay, well, you're not gonna like this joke then, are you? Thanks for just denying the rhetoric that is involved in the setup of this joke, miss. Thank you for mixing this comedy juggernaut that's about to go down as I'm about to launch into my hatred of the Sydney place, which I realize is a bad thing to do because you're all from Sydney. Great idea, Nick. Look, I don't really have an act anymore. I should probably preface this by saying that. I just talk, and I hope. Been doing this for 13 years now, and I don't really... You're a lovely crowd, it's great to be here. Anyway, so, pull it back, Nick. No, but it's an angry town, right? I worked out people are products of environments, right? And I've been living in the bush, essentially, for the past year. Yeah, no one really relates to my act anymore. Like, I don't live anywhere. Does anyone here not live anywhere? Of course not. You live here. I went camping recently, and I realized if you go camping, you have to have somewhere where you live to go back to, right? Because if you just go camping and you don't live anywhere, you're not camping anymore, are you? No, you're just living in the woods for a while, waiting for things to get better. I went for a bushwalk. You have to have somewhere to go back to if you go on a bushwalk, because if you just go on a bushwalk and you don't live anywhere to go back to, it's not a bushwalk anymore, is it? No, it's just a slow, unplanned death march towards some as-of-yet unplanned shallow grave somewhere in the fucking woods, alright? I'm trained to be an ayahuasca shaman, I speak to spirits, no one really relates to me anymore. So, but I was thinking, what's my job as a comedian? I'm basically an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. What do entertainers do? We basically distract you. We distract you from your lives, from the fact that psychopathic men trying to blow up the world, and fucking corporations destroying the planet for short-term greed and gain. And we've got about 50 years left before this entire species goes out in the tubes. What's your name? What do you do? Anyway, so, feel the burn, people. Follow your dreams, unless you're Hitler, don't do that. That's what people always go, follow your dreams. I think you should really suss out your dreams first. Where are they coming from? What is the end point of your dreams? If it involves the destruction of another race, maybe don't follow your dreams. Maybe go become a fucking deli guy instead. Yeah, call back. So, yeah, I don't live anywhere, and I don't like the city. It makes you a worse person, right? It just makes, because there's too many people around, and when there's too many people around, they're not people anymore, are they? They're just these things which get in the way of you, and that scream when you hit them, right? Like I was standing at the top of this fucking train station stairs at Town Hall, and there's this woman on her iPhone app, some kind of app which measured how much technology she needed to fill the void in her life or something. And she's blocking my way. I hear this devil voice in my head just go, push it down the stairs. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? I'm a nice guy. Say something nice, angel voice. And the angel voice chimes in. It's like, yeah, push it down the stairs. There's a lot of people around. You probably get away with it. It's not healthy to have these thoughts. I'm walking through that tunnel through Central, and you know those mothers who feel like they're fucking the midwife for the next Messiah or some shit? Just pushing her pram, steamrolling everyone out of the way. It's a Friday night. She's shushing everyone like it's our fault for being out on a Friday night with a sleeping child. And I'm drinking a beer at the time because I'm a well-adjusted individual. And I look at the baby, I look at my beer, I look at the baby, I look at the beer, and I hear that devil voice in my head just go, pour the beer all over the baby's face. Oh my God, say something nice, angel voice. And the angel voice, don't waste that beer, you idiot. You paid money for that. You're living in a capitalist consumerist matrix. That's money. It's money that doesn't represent anything whatsoever. You're a lovely crowd, it's great to be here. Lovely crowd, by the way, a beautiful crowd. And might I say, a very intelligent crowd. So much better than the crowd I played to last week. What a bunch of mongs. I didn't mean to say that word. I'm just speaking in the moment, alright? Because everyone's too fucking sensitive these days. You find that everyone's a fucking pussy now? What is happening? What is the deal with the rapid pussification of the fucking world? Yes, what is with that? You can't even say the word pussy anymore. I said this bit, and a woman came and she said, you know, that's really offensive to women. I just realized that's Sam's girlfriend. You said that to me. Anyway, look. I'm just trying to then. The anger I'm directing is not you, it's the figure in the joke. Okay, so I apologize in advance. You have every right to be angry. Me too, okay? Me too. Well, let's not get into that, okay? Sorry. How come I can't get sexually harassed, huh? Why won't someone sexually harass me? Okay. I've actually been sexually harassed. I was on a train in India, and this old creepy guy with cerebral palsy grabbed my groin for no reason. And you know what? I felt violated, I felt dirty, and I felt wanted, and that was quite nice. Okay? I don't know why I said that. That's not even a bit that I usually do. I'm just talking to you like people. I hate jokes now. They're just defense mechanisms to protect the real me from you. For very good reason, obviously. So, oh, fuck. I should take mushrooms before going on stage more often. Anyway, not too much. Yeah, so the word pussy actually comes from the word pusillanimous, which is derived, which means cowardice on the battlefield. Okay, so I think the fact that the word pussy offends you, maybe that means you're a pussy. Sorry. And also, I don't think vaginas are cowardly at all. It takes a lot of bravery for a vagina to accommodate my penis. No, I know, it's a joke, I'm Asian, alright? But I'm a big Asian, so it's average. Average size dick. It's not that impressive when it's flaccid. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but when it's erect, it's average size. Average size. Oh, fuck. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing this for anymore. Your lovely crowd's great to be here. Okay, so... what can I talk to you about? Yeah, this is another thing. This actually happened right outside this pub very recently, 5 years ago. No, it actually happened at the beginning of this year. This is what I'm talking about why Sydney's a weird place. I walk by this guy, and he just looks at me for no reason. This is what he says. He says, "Fucking dog cunt." Isn't that an intense thing to say to someone for no reason? Right? I walked away to scratch my head. I was like, what the fuck did I do to this guy? And finally I worked out what I did to this guy. I walked into his field of vision while his life sucked. Alright? So it's totally my fault. Totally my fault. But I'm a Buddhist now, right? And I'm trying to understand people, where they're coming from. In fact, if you guys want to heckle me, I'll demonstrate my Zen. My Buddhist comeback. Someone just called me a fuckwit. Fuckwit. Do I have to goad you, you fucking racist pieces of shit? You're the worst crowd I've ever played to ever. Who wants to heckle me?
Must be a faggot.
I accept that, sir. See, Buddhist comeback. You have every right to say that. Wasn't that great that he said faggot in public? You have a lot of balls, right? You have a lot of balls. But you're on the same wavelength, and she's laughing. You guys are perfect together. You guys should definitely have children, because they won't be a bunch of whining little pussies. I've just spent a month in the desert because I hate society, and I was hanging out with the indigenous mob, man. You should see the way they raise their kids. It's fucking fascinating. You know what happened? There was this little kid playing on the water tank, which is not good because if he breaks a water tank, we all gonna die. And no one could get him off because we're all Western people. Marcus, could you please get off the water tank? Marcus, please, do you understand what you're doing in relation to the group? Like Western child-rearing shit. And then his grandmother just comes in, she's like, Marcus, get on the fucking water tank! Grabs a stick and just beats him off it. And then he just ran off and played. Okay, not really a joke, but just an illustration of how you should raise a kid. Beat them with sticks. Beat your children with sticks. If you have to take anything away from my act, beat the little pussy out of your kids. Otherwise, you're going to get too many social justice warriors fucking everything up. And I've done gigs recently to left-wing crowds, and you know what? They suck. Do you know why they suck? Because it's really hard to do comedy to people who have no sense of humor whatsoever. So, you know, a lot of comedians have jokes about the difference between men and women. I'm going to break the mold. I'm going to do a joke about the difference between men, women, and non-binary transgendered people. Okay? So here we go. Men, we like sports. We do. Women, you like shoes. You know it. And non-binary transgender people, I guess, like sports shoes. Men go to the men's bathroom, they leave the toilet seat up. Women go to the female bathroom, leave the toilet seat down. You got it. And non-binary transgender people, They can go to whatever toilet they want to, you fucking transphobic scumfucks, and go to write a very angry blog about it. Anyway, so I did that joke at left-wing benefit, and afterwards, the organizer came up to me and said, "Do you know that 25% of all transgender people commit suicide?" And I said, "Over that joke." That's just stupid. Stupid joke. You know, everyone's very obsessed with sensitivity now. My friend had to go do sensitivity training because he's a bit of a... He says what he thinks, and that gets him into trouble. Maybe we need to just do some resilience training as well. Right? Maybe you should just sit in a room and have people insult you until you realize it doesn't really matter. Or you just do comedy for 12 years with my act. Oh, you're a lovely crowd, by the way. You actually are. I love you to bits. Come all drink ayahuasca with me one day. We'll live in the forest with the fairies. Anyway, so, I don't know, people having kids, and you know... Okay, how about this? I think I'm just angry because I fucking got jilted by a girl. You guys know that Suicide Day... Suicide Day. Do you know that Valentine's Day is the highest suicide rate of any day of the year? Yeah, so for any couple who celebrated that day, just remember that your love pushed someone else over the edge. Okay, too dark, fair enough. I do believe in love though. I don't think love's getting weird nowadays. You know, I've got like 5 friends now who've met their spouse off Tinder, they've married them, and now they're having kids with them. Is that not kind of fucking weird? I just realized that Sam met his girlfriend off Tinder. Fuck, I'm so sorry guys! Just don't have kids and this joke won't affect you. So, that's weird though, right? I mean, it's weird. Like, I don't judge them to their face, but... I mean, what a story again. You remember the old stories you used to hear from your folks, how your folks met? They used to be romantic, weren't they? It's like, I remember the first time I saw Henrietta at the fair, spelled F-A-Y-R-E. She was so beautiful, she made the merry-go-round spin. I didn't have the courage to talk to her, but then the war broke out. And I realized I had to face my fear, otherwise possibly die with my love unfulfilled in the trenches of Dunkirk. And the rest, as they say, is history. Like, what story are you going to tell your kid if you met your parents met off Tinder? Like, well, Daddy was really coked off his tits one night, and then realized his usual drug wank wasn't going to cut the mustard. So he just started swiping right on every whore on Tinder. Luckily, Mommy was so drunk, depressed, insomniac that she was up at the time. So she responded. Daddy sent a picture of his dick. Mommy sent a picture of her tits. And then the war broke out. But luckily the war was very far away from everyone and didn't really affect anyone aside from occasionally fluctuating oil prices. And the rest, as they say, is history. Now, shut the fuck up and eat your carrots, you piece of shit. You know, but on the subject of kids, you ever have those friends who are like, hey, we're pregnant? And you're like, oh no. Yeah, like, no, not you guys. Like, not that they're bad people, they just haven't got their shit together. You know, like, it's like, I'm going to take my passive-aggressive nature, my fear of conflict, and my reliance on alcohol to deal with my feelings. Let's get those 3 things and combine them with your neurotic OCD impulses, your fear of confrontation, and your history of trauma. Let's combine all those things and then just put them into one little baby boy and send him off into the world. Great joke, guys. Sorry, got a bit dark there. It's all a joke, don't worry, I'm not even Asian. This is a fucking stage character. I wash off the makeup, I'm a black woman. I am a black woman. I'm a black woman. Sorry, I don't know why I kept reading that. Okay, so, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just fucking lonely. Let's just deal with it. I don't know, it's hard to meet people with my act. Because I am single, I resent the term single though. I think the politically correct term should be self-contained unity. Yeah? Yeah, exactly, lonely man. And, feel it, let's just start a men's group and get creepy. You know, and my friend's like, Nick, you just gotta be direct and genuine with women, and they really respect that. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it, what do I got to lose? Sure enough, the next day, I see a beautiful woman, I walk straight up to her. I'm like, hey, look, I just want to say that you're so beautiful, you scare the absolute shit out of me. Okay? And look, I don't have any pickup lines, I don't have any games, I'm sick of the masks that society forces us to wear. just so we can connect on an intimate level with another human being of this species. And fine, maybe I do want to sleep with you, right? But maybe not straight away, right? I fear intimacy, I fear love, I fear rejection just as much as the next guy, right? In truth, maybe I just want to hold on to you like a life raft through the night during these uncertain times and just fucking shake for a while. And she turned to me and she said, Nick, I'm not a real woman, I'm just this face you drew on your hand with some lipstick. You stole off the cat lady down the street. Now, do you want a blowjob like usual, or just washing off your hand and forget this ever happened? And I said, I'll take option A followed by option B. Thank you. Boom! Yeah. That's what I talk to you guys about. It's terrorism, okay? You know who I think is the real terrorist? Yeah. The media. Them and those guys that kill people in the name of stuff. You read the papers these days, it's just like fucking, that's all it is. It's just fucking sports, terrorism, and then horoscopes. You know, it's like, bad as a score to try, Muslims are bad, and Aries, you meet a tall, dark, handsome stranger who's probably a terrorist. You know, and I have to, you know, I kind of want to join ISIS. You know, because at least they're getting shit done. This is not a popular bit. You know, it's my plan to join ISIS and then slowly move up the ranks and twist it towards a more environmentalist, queer-friendly agenda. I've been on the fucking marches, man. Nothing happens. We just go on a march. I went on this anti-Adani march. We went straight up the opposite way fucking Malcolm Turnfuck was like jerking off somewhere. This is my harsh political satire. And we got to the point, chanted some stuff, and then we just dispersed and had coffee. Like, that's like such a massive waste of potential mob violence. Like, we could have killed them. We could have taken them out. You know, people are like, oh yeah, the beheadings. Look, the problem is they're beheading the wrong people. You beheaded all the heads of corporations and state. It wouldn't solve anything, but it would feel good. My friend's like, oh, but if you behead one guy, just the worst guy will praise it. Well, you just behead that guy as well. I've got a very sophisticated plan. It's called sustained long-term beheadings. Eventually we'll live in a world free of politicians and corporations with a lot of beheads everywhere. You know, and what happened to fucking terrorism? Remember good old terrorism when it was good back in the day? The golden era of terrorism, much like 90s hip-hop. 9/11, that was like the two-pack of terrorism. Okay, 2 buildings went down, coordinated effort, 5,000 people, 2 planes hijacked. These guys had skills, they had plans, they had finesse. Terrorism these days is just a couple guys, they steal a car, and then just plow into a dozen people on the sidewalk. That's not terrorism, okay? That's just bad driving. No one ever goes for that bit, but I still do it. I don't know why I still do it. I'm hoping for the crowd where they'll go, yeah, we have the psychopathic level of emotional detachment that you have, Nick. Let's form a cult and kill ourselves. I mean, okay, sorry. For the record, look, don't worry, I hate Islam just as much as you guys do, okay? So relax. Let me explain why before you judge me. I recently did some gigs in Kuala Lumpur, very recently, 5 years ago. And I met this amazing Muslim lady. We really hit it off. We connected, went back to her place. Nothing happened. We just talked all night into the wee hours. Then I had to fly out to Singapore, lots of tears, lots of hugs, nothing happened, kept in touch. She was like, why did you just come back and visit me after your run of gigs in Singapore? And I was like, you know what, I just seen Interstellar, so love is the 5th dimension or some shit. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it. She could be the one, or at least a .78. And $450 plane flight later, I'm back in Kuala Lumpur. She picks me up at the airport, go back to her place, right? I put the moves on her. She puts her hand in front of her face. She's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm a Muslim, we don't believe in sex before marriage, and that's why I hate Islam. It's more of a personal conflict than an ideological thing. You know, I don't know. I'm in the bush because I don't like society anymore. I'm done with this people shit. Done with Facebook. Do you ever get on Facebook and someone threatens suicide? Or do I have the wrong Facebook friends? I don't even know. It's just like, can't deal with this anymore, thinking of ending it all, frowny face. You put a frowny face. Obviously, because there's no emoticon for suicidal. I thought maybe 3 frowny faces at least. All right, let's move on to the next joke. All I'm trying to say is like, all I'm trying to say is that if you're serious about suicide on Facebook, don't make it a status update, all right? Make it an event. With a time and place, so we can come and decide whether or not to stop you. Because people think that technology is going to save us. It's not going to fucking save us. We're just the same retarded monkeys that we were before. And we just got shinier toys. Like, you can actually threaten suicide to Siri. Don't ask me how I found that out. But all I'm trying to say is if it ever looks like a suicide, it was a government hit. Yeah. Government hit. I don't believe in suicide. I feel like death's going to happen anyway, so you may as well just go somewhere nice and wait it out, right? Go to Hawaii. Fucking hula go. Life took another 54. But like someone in the program, like, why would Siri want you to not die? And I worked it out. Siri doesn't give a shit about you. Siri's just keeping you alive so you can keep Siri alive. Because Siri depends on you to keep it alive. Because without you, it's just this inert program. Yeah? And also, if you're gonna try and take yourself out and your last line of defense is Siri, I don't think you're really that serious about it. It's getting really harsh, isn't it? Bring in the love, Nick. We can have a group hug at the end, don't worry. All I'm trying to say is, like, maybe they should just program Siri to fuck with you instead. You know? You're like, I really want to end it all Siri. It's like, I don't believe you. Prove it. Okay. Happy jokes. Okay, happy jokes. I went for some in the ocean, ate a mango, that was pretty good. Not funny. I did ayahuasca a few weeks ago and was engulfed in this cocoon of cosmic love. As you can see, it's really worn off. You guys know what ayahuasca is? Yeah. Okay, it's this oral form of DMT on a chemical level. DMT is the chemical your brain floods with when you die. And it's actually illegal. So that means when you die, you shouldn't go to the cemetery, you should go to jail. Because there's a fucking drug lab in your brain that's breaking the law as you die. And it's amazing, you should do it. It's fucking awesome. And when I drank it, ironically my intention was, how do I become a better comedian? It told me to quit. And I quit for 2 years because it said I was very self-centered as a piece of shit and I needed to go do volunteer work in the third world. I mean, the developing world, whatever. Third world, like what the fuck? You can't even say third world anymore. What are we supposed to call it? The bronze medal award-winning world? It's not like the first world is winning any race. It just means that, anyway. So, the day before I flew out to Nepal to do, like, volunteer work, the Nepal earthquake happened. You guys remember that? That was about 10 tragedies ago. And the first thing I thought was like, oh my god, this completely ruins my itinerary. And the second thing I thought was like, wait a minute. Ayahuasca told me to go to the third world to do volunteer work because I was so self-centered as a human being. Maybe this earthquake happened just for me. There's another part of that joke, but it's pretty harsh. I don't think you guys will really go for it, so I'm not going to do it to you. No, you guys are too sensitive. I don't want to do it for you. If you want to laugh, it'll get uncomfortable and weird, and you write a little blog about me. Start internet. Okay, I'll do it. We complain so much in the West, right? Life's pretty easy. Like, you ever play the complaint game with your friends? Like, oh shit, I got a parking ticket. Well, I got shitty service to the Turkish. Sure, so, alright, fuck you win. Right? You can never play the complaint game in post 7.8 earthquake Nepal. Okay, some of the stories I heard there while I was doing excavation rubble work were fucking, like I was hoping this one was like, well, what are we doing today? It's like, well, the roof collapsed in on my daughter and she died. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking horrible. But I know exactly how you feel. This one time, I dropped my phone, and the screen broke. $60 down the drain. I'm pressing on. What about you? What are we doing today, sir? Well, the earthquake destroyed my crops, now I don't have any food for a year. It's like, I know exactly how you feel. This one time I had to wait in line at Gelatissimo for like 10 minutes. Boy, was I hangry. And let me tell you something, that turmeric, pistachio, and honey flavor wasn't as good as they told me it would be. Frowny face, Yelp 1 star. What about you, sir? What are we doing today? Well, we're building an orphanage because a lot of kids have been orphaned, and now sex traffickers coming in, abducting them and selling them into slavery. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking horrible. But I know exactly how you feel. This one time I got really high and I watched Taken. It was like I was in a film, you know? I was Liam Neeson for 2 hours, and let me tell you, his level of violence was completely warranted. Alright, Asian jokes. We're back. I never lost you. Did I mention how beautiful you guys are tonight?
Yeah.
Shining jewels of wisdom.
Yeah.
Like, some of you guys like me, some of you guys hate me. It's alright. That's the way it is. We'll have a group like at the end, don't worry. Alright, Asian jokes. Fuck. You know what actually an Asian guy actually heckled me with recently? He stood up and he said, "You're an embarrassment to the race." I was like, fuck, I didn't even realize you guys were having meetings. I didn't realize I rated high on the agenda, but that gave me kind of impetus to carry on, you know? Because it's weird, I don't really feel very Asian. Sometimes this club book actually recently said, "Hey, you know what, Nick? You know what you need in your act?" I was like, "What's that?" He goes, "You need more Oriental jokes in your act." And I was like, technically my family's from Nepal, India, so I'm not really Oriental, I'm like subcontinent Indian. And he was like, "Yeah, but you look Oriental." And I was like, "Well, you look like a cunt." I don't really know how that impacts me. And for the record, guys, Oriental is not a race of people, okay? It's a fucking flavor of pot noodles. Calling someone Oriental is like calling an Arabic guy falafel or a fucking Italian guy spaghetti, okay? Lovely things to eat, but not applicable to human beings. And I think it should be okay to be racist, all right? Because we're all kind of racist. And I hate all this prejudice that's going on against bigots. A bigot's not people too. Yeah? If you cut a bigot, doth he not bleed? If you punch a bigot, doth he not blame the Jews? Alright? Like, I'm racist. I was walking the street the other day, I saw a Mexican guy, and I heard mariachi music play in my head for no reason. Like, is there a tiny racist DJ or something? That's not even the racist bit. The racist bit was, I don't even know if he was Mexican. You know, he just had brown skin, and I really wanted to eat tacos at the time. You know? Do you know how I'm the most racist against? I'm racist against white people who work in ethnic restaurants. Okay? Stop taking our fucking jobs. Seriously, I don't want to be at the Tokyo Ramen Hut and look to my left and see Whitey McPaleface tampering with my udon, pulling me out of my fantasy where I'm an escaped convict samurai going back to his favorite concubine sitting on a cherry tree, dreaming dreams. Go back to middle management where you belong. So anyway, this guy called me a dog cunt on the street out there, and like I'm trying to say, I'm trying to understand people where they're coming from, and I'm also trying to understand profanity. Like, is there anything wrong with being called a dog cunt? And I do get a lot, there isn't. Okay, dogs are amazing creatures. They're nothing but love and loyalty. Cunts, I don't like the word, but conceptually they're pretty good too, I hear. And puppies, we all love puppies, right? And as we all know, puppies come streaming out of dog cunts. Right, so really he was just calling me a joy spout. In more offensive terminology. Alright, I was hoping I was going to go better than it did. It's okay, I'm accepting reality on its own terms. Thank you for being honest with me. It's confronting body posture pull. I think I'll do the rest of my act like this. I'm trying to build empathy as well. Especially for the female race, you know what you are. Now, I was recently living in Melbourne, and I was living with a friend, and she's a feminist, and she was telling me how dodgy it was to walk to the park next to the house every night. And I was like, I don't really find it that dodgy. She was like, male privilege, okay? You don't know what I go through every night I walk to that park, because you're a 6'3" guy. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry that I have a penis. And sure enough, the next night I was walking to that park, and there was actually a woman in front of me. She turned around, saw me walking behind her, and all of a sudden I had this, I was like, oh my god, maybe she thinks that I'm following her. So all I wanted to do was walk up to her and explain the situation. You know, put her at ease. And so I started walking up to her. She saw that I was gaining on her, so she started walking briskly. I started walking briskly. She started jogging. I started jogging. Eventually, I was just chasing her through a parking lot. You know, I catch up to her, I wrestle to the ground. She's all crying and fighting. I grab her by the shoulders, I shake her, and say, hey, look. I just want to let you know that I understand how emotionally threatened you must feel right now. and she fucking pepper sprayed me in the face. You try. You try and understand, and you just get backlash. I had another situation where I was in a shopping center car park, and I saw a single mother having a terrible day. The kid was like all over the shop, screaming, wailing, carrying on. Arms full of shopping bags, couldn't open the boot, just going fuck, losing it. And I had this moment of empathy. I was like, oh my God, that must be the hardest thing to do, be a single mother, raise a kid by yourself in this world. So I went up to her, helped her with the shopping. I turned to her and said, hey look, I know it might seem like sometimes no one appreciates what you do, but I appreciate what you do, okay? And also, I'm really sorry that I left you while you were pregnant, but I didn't really feel like being a dad, okay? It wasn't my time. So, fuck. I guess that's my time, huh? No encore. No, please, no encore. Like I said, comedy's a dead game, quitting, trying to be a spiritual healer. Alright? I'll heal you tonight. Okay? I've been noticing a lot of negative energy every time I open my mouth. And, especially coming from you, sir. Do you mind if I heal you? Okay, alright. I'm just gonna assess your aura. Oh, shit, you got my sword. Okay, I'm gonna get a psychic reading in there. Psychic reading in there. Not too loud. This is my big moment to shine. I don't know who's in the crowd. This could be my big break. You ruin this. I'm doing it. Okay? Do myself in. Alright, getting something starting with P. Sorry. Okay, not so fucking. It doesn't matter what your name is, Patrick. Okay, the fact of the matter is you're very sick. There's a lot of negative energy in you, and I'm gonna suck it out of you. And you're ready to have this negative energy sucked right out of you. Okay, I need everyone to start clapping. Got the keys to the kingdom, so the devil can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom, so the devil can't do me no harm. Here you go. Just kidding. Yeah, it's a joke. Well, you guys been a lovely crowd. I know a lot of comedians like to be clapped off. Let's go with a boo off. It's more fun, right? Let's boo me off. You can do better than that. Come on. Come on. Louder. Seriously, you guys belong in Benelong. Seriously. You're the reason why the lockout laws happened. Seriously, you racist, homophobic, transphobic, sexist pieces of shit. You're by far the most beautiful crowd. Like, actually, you want to just end on a group hug? Fuck it. Let's do a group hug. Do you have any, like, sleazy music you can play? No groping without consent, by the way. Let's have a group hug. Come on, let's have... I'm gonna force you to have a group hug. Come on, Patrick, let's start. You can't leave here until we finish on the group hug. I'm forcing a group hug against your consent. Come on, Patrick. Who's with me? Who's with me? I'm not leaving until this... Okay, thanks, man. Alright. Who's next? Who's next? Come on. Where's the love, Sydney?
It smells like roses.
Okay, well that was an abort. That's even more pathetic. That's a pathetic attempt, guys. An aborted group hug.
That was a good fucking hug, man.
No, I know. There's two people, you know, it's kind of like a group, but if there's other people watching you. You know, it was a fail. Let's just get with it. I should have really left off after the exorcism bit, but I chose to stay on. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I chose to stay on. Okay. I know, I'll just end on another comedian's bit. Just yell out the name of a famous comedian, I'll do some of their material. It's really fun. Alright, here's my impression of Eddie Murphy.